Hey there girls and boys, how you doing today? Danny Stewart from BassJapanDirect.com with another naked sound review. Just testing out one of my repair jobs here. This bass looks great, right? It is great, it's a great bass. It's actually a Bacchus WL434 that came to me needing quite a lot of work doing to it. So these usually come with just chrome hardware, very basic L-plate bridge and everything. I upgraded all the hardware once I established that I could get the neck working and playing nicely. You see, the neck had a snap truss rod, which is pretty serious. And it means you have to, and it was also twisted. It still is, slightly, ever so slightly. So that means, you know, to compensate for that, you have to do a bit of heat treatment and fret dressing. So anyway, I replaced the truss. The truss works really nicely now. I'll just demonstrate that. There's a brand new truss in there. If I tighten it up, it chokes down here, which is what it should do. And it's got loads of room on it, so brand new truss rod, of course it should do. Let's put it back to where it was. By the way, if your truss rod is fully tightened and it's still not choking down the bottom, then it's not doing its job. So yeah, that's working great. So this is about optimal setup right now, which is it's very low, just a shade over a millimeter on the G string and D string, and A string's about 1.2 and E string's about 1.5 at the moment. So it's a very nice low setup. And you know, I had to do a lot of work on it. So it's got a new nut which is in brass, and it's hand cut so that the strings at the nut are lying as low as they can possibly, with the trajectory to the bridge, which is replaced as well with a much better bridge. This is a bit like a hip shot. It's actually Fernandez. It's a sort of hip shot clone. Doesn't have springs though, so I actually think that's better in some ways because there are less parts to sort of vibrate. It's just a simple, it locks into place basically, so you can unlock and then slide and then lock it once it's in the right place for intoning. And then you've got the saddles on the top which adjust the height. You can also lock those too once you've got the established height. So I spent a bit of money on making this bass work, and I think it works really nicely. So yeah, basically the neck is not perfect, but it plays very well now. And to match the gold hardware that I've upgraded, it to, I've put in brass side dots. So they're actually real brass side dots, which looks really nice, I think. Again, the job isn't like perfect, but it's pretty good. And then the tuning pegs I've replaced with better Goto GB7s, nice smooth adjustment, and yeah, I made it fit the theme of gold with the gold keys and gold sleeves as well. So it all ties in really nicely and looks classy, I think. It's kind of got a sort of royal feel to it. Yeah. So there we go. We've heard it on the rear pickup with everything dialed up. The preamp, by the way, is Bacchus' own preamp, as are the pickups. And by the way, I've laminated the pickups with walnut, as I have the rear cavity plate, just so that ties in with the fretboard actually, and has some uniform theme going through it, which I think, for me, that's important. I think it looks much better. So anyway, let's go balance. Just check it out for a bit of slap. So that's with everything dialed up. And then by contrast, let's take the bass and treble down to notch. So you can hear you can hear how nice and clear and sort of, it's got a very modern tone to it, hasn't it? I like that. If you take the treble out of the equation, you know, so really great tone for also a bit of fingerstyle. And front pickup. Let's go to a bit of slap on the front pickup as well. Similar thing. Front pickups also got a nice slap tone. Pickups are in a 60s position. Let's now go and just play some fingerstyle with the treble cut and the bass boosted. Palmy. Yeah, I mean, it's a great bass, guys. You know, despite its imperfections, due to having had to repair the neck, you know, for me it was a challenge. It was to practice my skills. It was a bit of practice for me. I spent some money on doing it. I confess, I only upgraded the hardware once I knew that the neck was going to work. I had some backup necks here. Just in case this wasn't going to work, that I was going to refinish the headstock to match the body and put on here. But actually, I got the original neck to work and play pretty well. Although, you know, it needed, like I said, it needed fret dressing, needed a new truss. So it isn't ideal, but it's playing very well, and it operates very well. And so far, it has been. It's been stable for the past 3 days, which is a good sign that it's going to be stable. So there you go, guys. That'll do it. Thanks for watching. You've been watching the WL434 from Bacchus Global Series, and this one is available now. I'm pricing it at 58,000 Japanese yen, which is roughly, well, it's about $160 less than the usual retail price would have been new. But then you've got nicer hardware, you know, you've got the luxurious looking laminated pickups and rear cavity and stuff like that, and the gold, you know, the brass side dots and all of that good stuff. So there you go. I hope you would consider giving this one a home. I'm certainly going to enjoy tinkering around on it while it's still here. And you know, cosmetically, it's in, I'd say, very good to excellent condition. You know, there are very few blemishes on the body or scratches. They're just very minor surface scratches. So, and this is probably from like 2016 or 17, I think. So, not so old, of course. So there you go. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you again for the next Naked Sound review.